can't even see her, I've lost her. I don't know if she's playing a prank on me or something. She's going to jump out behind the tree.
The wilderness can turn disturbing when strange discoveries begin to feel less like coincidence. From a massive structure hidden deep in the forest to something charging from the darkness, after a chilling warning, these encounters raise one question: what was really out there? A seasoned big game hunter was exploring the wilderness near Nordegg, Alberta, Canada, setting out on what should have been a routine trip across terrain he knew well. Skilled at reading tracks and understanding animal behavior, he saw nothing that suggested this excursion would turn out differently from the many trips he had taken before. Far inside an isolated section of forest, he discovered a massive arrangement constructed from logs and branches. The formation looked deliberately assembled and seemed out of place in the surrounding landscape. It did not resemble naturally fallen timber or any hunting shelter, immediately prompting questions about who or what might have created it so far from civilization. Rather than interfere with the site, the hunter placed a trail camera nearby and went back to camp. A few hours later, his phone notified him that the camera had detected movement. What showed up in the captured image was surprising and disturbing. The footage provides no definite explanation. What drew something toward the structure, and how long had it remained there before being found? The figure captured on camera might explain why the structure was built at all. Do you think it was created for an animal to use, or for someone to come back? In October 2023, while storm clouds formed above Kinglake National Park in Australia, a lone camper arrived after work, hoping for a peaceful night away. The drive had been uneventful, and her plan was simple: open the rooftop tent, make dinner, and spend the night under the trees. Nothing during the trip hinted that anything strange was ahead. She chose Campsite 9, which included a fire pit and picnic table, but immediately felt that something was not right.
It's a bit overcast. There is going to be a storm coming. Heading to Kinglake for one night. I tried to get a booking for tomorrow night, but they were all booked out. I am Campsite 9. So I can put that up there, whoever wants to check that.
Even though the park showed as fully booked, nearby campsites were completely deserted. No vehicles were parked there, no voices could be heard, and nothing seemed to be moving nearby.
Before it starts to piss down with rain, I'm just going to get changed quickly. That was so easy to set up, oh my god. Then to always keep your keys on you and press the alarm button for your car in case something happens, just to deter people. I'm freaking myself out now.
She hurried to set up camp as rain started falling, attempting to dismiss the growing sense of unease. Once darkness arrived, the silence became oppressive. There was no breeze, no insects, and no distant traffic noise, just a deep, unnatural quiet that made the place feel unsettling. She checked the reservation website again. 10 campsites still appeared as booked, but nobody showed up. Sitting alone in the darkness, her mind began racing. Every noise seemed imagined or perhaps delayed. She kept her keys close, ready to activate the car alarm if needed. Nothing occurred. Somehow, that only made everything feel more disturbing.
Well, now it's starting to spit, but maybe people have changed their mind, or maybe they've booked some campsites out. I don't know.
Fear gradually took over. Believing that spending the night could be a decision she might regret permanently, she packed her gear and drove away through the storm, her heart pounding as the deserted campground disappeared behind her. The empty campground may have been explained by last-minute cancellations or worsening weather. Do you think leaving was the right decision? Or would you have remained there overnight? Mo Sarji is a popular YouTube creator. In addition to his primary channel, he manages another centered on his family life. On January 9th, 2026, he posted a video showing a trip to a wooded property he had bought, planning to enjoy nature and spend time with people close to him. During the visit, however, he came across something disturbing on the land. Deer hunters had built multiple improvised hunting blinds there without his knowledge or approval. Mo Sarji explored the property, recording every unauthorized structure and noting each location to collect solid evidence. Afterward, he went back to the small cabin he had constructed there. His next task was simple: chop firewood and light a fire indoors. The situation appeared peaceful once more. But as often happens, plans can change without warning.
Oh man, that was probably the dumbest thing that's ever happened to me. I think I broke my nose, maybe? I don't know. I just never done that before. That's the first in my life. Holy shit. I literally, I dropped right here. I literally tried to cut some wood. I grabbed one of these just pieces of kindling that I have here and broke it just like that. That's what I usually do. Somehow it caught me off guard. When I kicked it to break it, it flew up and the nail end, the stick hit me in the eye and the face, or on the head. I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about. I've never, it dropped me, you guys. Holy shit. My head hurts. I'm contemplating whether I should go to the hospital or not. And I probably got it on that camera. Oh my God, let's rewatch that footage. Alright, good morning. Welcome back to another vlog. So my nose is, I don't know if it's broken or maybe it says very sore, because that hit me really hard. But that hit that I just took was just really, really bad. My teeth hurt, my gums hurt, my head hurts, and my eyeball hurts. Got lots of work to do. A snowstorm is coming, so I'm going to stick around here today to clean. But if my condition gets worse, I'm definitely going to leave.
Thankfully, Mo Sarji did not suffer a serious injury, and his condition remained stable. Even so, getting medical care would have been sensible, because wounds caused by rusty objects should not be taken lightly. He was also lucky that the nail missed his eye, since the result could have been much more severe, including permanent loss of vision. Sometimes ordinary chores can become dangerous without warning, especially when nothing seems likely to go wrong. It is a reminder of how quickly a normal routine can change. Do you think it was simply bad luck, or proof that even minor mistakes can lead to serious consequences? For this clip, we turn our attention to the YouTube channel, WW2 History Hunter, which focuses on exploring places linked to World War II. The channel documents investigations at locations directly connected to that devastating chapter of human history. Among its videos, one upload is especially interesting. In it, the creator set up several trail cameras across a forest, hoping to record what he described as possible paranormal activity, particularly what he thought might be ghostly soldiers from the war. After leaving the cameras in place for some time, he returned to collect them, and what showed up in the recordings was at the very least unusual.
I'm just here to show you what the images are, and I'll put some comments on. Well, this is basically what cam number 1 sees through its viewfinder. First being recorded as photos, and then 30 seconds of video. Probably it's the first night. Little looks like a mouse or something starting to run around there. That's basically what you see in this first clip. Alright, that was that camera there, and was tons and tons of stuff. Shadows, well, daylight shadows and wind and rain, all of that is there, but there are some pretty special things there. Second cam, I want you to take very good notice of the long branch in what position it lays. As you can see it here, different kind of images that I'll show you later. There is something really, really weird going on there.
As this part comes to an end, it raises more questions than it answers. While looking for one kind of mystery, the creator may have discovered something completely different. After everything that was captured, heard, and nearly seen, it is difficult not to consider stories of legendary creatures such as Sasquatch or something similar. Of course, it is also possible that the entire situation was staged. Do you think this was a real, unexplained encounter, or something deliberately created to look mysterious? The next disturbing video comes from Rick and His Van, a UK-based channel combining van life with low-key paranormal investigation. Rick's explorations focus on genuine reactions, limited theatrics, and careful observation, often relying on simple equipment, such as EMF detectors while exploring cemeteries and abbeys. It is November 3rd, 2024 at Alton Abbey and the woods in the United Kingdom. Rick and his wife get ready to enter the graveyard and forest. Their phones are used as flashlights, and an EMF detector is activated before they leave the van. The atmosphere already feels uneasy.
Right, we just had a massive spike on that EMF detector. All the lights started shining, all the birds flew out the trees. I don't think they can cause radiation. Radioactive birds.
Suddenly, the EMF detector rises sharply near a tree. At the same moment, birds explode from the branches overhead, flying out into the darkness. Rick and his wife are startled by how closely the movement in the woods matches the EMF reading.
It's going nuts.
I'm actually very scared.
We got ghosts, Lise. Seemed to come off a tree. Whoa, look, it's going by the tree. It's going mad. It's going nuts.
As they move deeper, the detector responds again, shifting intensely near the trees. Visibility is almost non-existent, and the heavy darkness makes it hard to determine where the paths start or finish. The woodland feels confusing, especially when the device reacts in places that seem empty.
This has not gone to plan at all. I've got no idea where I am. I can't even see her. I've lost her. I don't know if she's playing a prank on me or something. She's going to jump out behind a tree. I don't know where she's gone. She's still in the middle of the bloody... I found a torch. I'm still in the middle of the bloody woods. I'm just going to try and see if I can make my way back to the van. Lise! I'm actually freaking out now. Lise!
Okay, I don't know if it's just playing a prank on me, but I can't find him anywhere. Rich?
The situation worsens when Rick and his wife get separated in the darkness. Rick realizes he can no longer locate her and starts calling out while attempting to find his way through the woods alone. For several anxious minutes, neither knows where the other is. Eventually, they each manage to return to the van separately, reuniting unharmed but visibly shaken. Once back at the vehicle, they decide not to continue the overnight stay. They think about the EMF spikes, the darkness, the sudden flight of birds, and the pressure of becoming separated in unfamiliar woodland after dark. Although a monk was elsewhere on the property and no definite paranormal activity can be confirmed, the experience is enough for them to end the investigation early. When several small events happen at once, they can seem more significant than they really are. Darkness and isolation can also alter perception. Do you think this was only coincidence, or was something responding to their presence there? In one remote location, 3 investigators set out together searching for mysterious lights. What they encountered near an old crash site caused them to leave the area immediately without turning back. On December 28, 2024, the YouTube channel Chris Baird posted a haunted camping and ghost hunting video filmed in a place many people would rather avoid. In this case, Chris's friend Jasko and CJ Faison traveled into the New Jersey Pine Barrens while looking for the unexplained drones reportedly seen across the Northeast. Their search eventually took them far into the woods to a plane crash memorial, where the atmosphere made it seem as though something was already there. At the crash location, they used infrared night vision binoculars to examine the surrounding area. Through the equipment, they began noticing orbs and balls of light moving across the sky, even though none were visible with the naked eye. The infrared device appeared to be picking up something producing a form of light that human vision could not normally detect. Meanwhile, flight radar indicated no aircraft nearby, making the sightings even more difficult to explain.
Holy, I think this is a drone.
I actually have these infrared night vision goggles on. I've been following and recording a ball of light.
Chris has got these binoculars that can see infrared very far away.
Does it actually see the treetops? How low is that? Probably 100 feet?
Yeah.
It's at that level. I don't know why. It was like below the trees behind them.
Later, Chris came back from a solo bicycle ride through the woods and told Jasko he had noticed a light far ahead on the trail. He had followed it because he assumed it was them. But that was impossible since Jasko and CJ had remained together the entire time in the opposite direction. This meant the light Chris had followed came from something or someone else.
Yo, you guys are together?
Yeah, what happened?
I just saw a light down there, probably like 1,000 feet. I thought it was you guys. I swear to God, it's down this trail somewhere. There's somebody down here. My camera probably picked it up. There's someone down there. I saw a white ball of light someone walked down a trail. I rode by you guys because I was down. I was straight down and back. I don't know how much time that was. It sounded like someone shot like a 22 or something, like very close to me. I don't know if people were camping, messing around. I heard a gunshot and I literally turned around and left. It wasn't super loud, but it was clearly a gunshot or some kind of firework.
Think about it. That vehicle that was parked over here, it went that way.
Listen. I'm not lying. I swear on everything. There's somebody down here. They're probably halfway down that road, as far as you can see. So if you guys are gonna go in the woods, I would be very careful, because I was like, okay, that's you guys. But I rode for another 30 seconds to a minute before I actually got to you guys, so.
While standing beside the plane crash memorial, both men noticed something near the tree line at exactly the same moment. It appeared to be a tall, motionless figure, observing them from the darkness. Since they saw it simultaneously, it became harder to dismiss as one person imagining things. Neither could explain what had been standing there.
Okay, things are getting really strange right now. So we just pulled up to the spot, and we legit saw something move. Both of us. It was...
That was huge, too.
It was tall. Like, I'm saying 2 feet. I'm not talking no deer.
No, it was massive. I don't know what that could have been. Okay, so I'm probably going to butcher it, but I know that it has something to do with a plane crashing. We can go check the memorial thing out really quick and read it again.
Okay.
Oh, another car. What the hell?
Then, while they remained at the memorial in complete darkness, the spirit talker produced a single word run. They kept investigating with the spirit box, but moments afterward, something suddenly rushed out of the darkness directly toward them. Both men ran back to the truck without turning around. After they entered the van, the spirit box produced another phrase, the final moment. It almost seemed as though whatever happened there had...
I'm okay.
So we'd look in the truck for warmth.
Yeah, I'm done.
I don't really know what's next.
Run! Go, 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 go! Ah! Oh my god! Get the fuck out of here!
What the fuck was that?
The final moments.
Yeah, lock that shit. What the fuck is going on?
You know what's the funniest part? The first moment, it said run. Our final moment was us running.
Just my knee. It hurts so bad.
You alright?
Yeah, I'm okay.
What the fuck was that, bro?
Oh, there we go.
The map doesn't even know where the hell we are.
It has no clue.
Dude, the service out here is so horrendous. It truly makes you wonder, too, like, if anything did happen to us at one point so deep in this forest, right?
somehow been anticipated before it occurred. Infrared and night vision equipment can make any scene feel more disturbing because they reveal things the human eye cannot easily perceive. Sometimes they show distant lights, reflections, insects, or movement that would otherwise remain hidden in darkness. But when lights appear in an area where radar indicates nothing nearby, it becomes far more difficult to determine what was actually being recorded. By the end, the unexplained lights, the figure near the tree line, and the warning from the spirit talker all seem to point toward the same conclusion. Perhaps each event had an ordinary explanation by itself. But when all of them happened in the same location around the same memorial, the question becomes much harder to dismiss. What exactly were they being warned to run from? A man was never attacked, robbed, or followed. Still, what happened directly behind his vehicle was disturbing enough to make him leave before sunrise. On January 17, 2026, the creator of Ricky Lee HB, a solo van life channel centered on the reality of living from a vehicle, shared an experience showing the risks of urban stealth camping.
It did not happen in this van. It didn't happen anytime recently. I'm just talking about a time that it happened to me. All right, so I had lived in the Tampa Bay area like a few years ago, 4 or 5 years ago, right after COVID. I had accepted a job down there. I was working at Lowe's in Pennsylvania. So I had accepted a position at a different Lowe's. I was working at the one that I work at currently in Pennsylvania. Was I? Yeah.
At the time, he was sleeping inside his vehicle in Newport Richey, Florida. The situation already carried risks before anything unusual occurred. Since it was summer in Florida, he needed to leave the windows open while sleeping. It was not about comfort. The heat made it necessary. But that decision came with a serious compromise. He could remain cooler while losing some of the security around his vehicle.
And I just get like woken out of nowhere. Pop, pop, pop. And I look out my window, and there's a cop on at my window. There's a lot of people that sleep in their cars in this town, so the cops don't usually bother you. And so he's like, "Oh, you're fine. Don't worry. I'm just I have some questions for you. There was a car theft. I'm parked here, like face this way, and then the car behind me was stolen apparently at 11 p.m. whatever, midnight, whatever time it was." So he's like, "Yeah, did you hear anything? Did you see anything?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't. I was asleep at that time, apparently." He says, "You're fine to sleep here. You're good. I just needed to know if you heard anything, seen anything." And I'm like, "Sorry, man. I'm sorry. I didn't see anything." And so that was, it was a weird experience.
In an area with high crime that was significant, a knock suddenly woke him in the middle of night. The people outside the vehicle were police officers, but the reason for their visit changed everything. A car had just been stolen directly behind his vehicle. It had not happened somewhere distant or earlier that night. It occurred right there while he was asleep inside his own vehicle. The most unsettling detail was not the police presence or even the knock. It was the timing. He had been sleeping in the same location under identical conditions with his windows open and no idea what was happening only a few feet away. The only difference between his vehicle and the stolen car was that whoever took it had selected another target.
I was scared. I was like, what's going to happen to me? Like, I left the safety net of Pennsylvania, where I grew up, to move to Florida by myself. There's no one down there that I knew except for people that worked at Lowe's. I was second guessing my life choices. I missed Bentley. I wanted to see him. I wanted to be with him. I ended up leaving Lowe's to go work for the company that it was the cruise line that ended up going bankrupt and me starting this channel. It was that company that I went to work for. I loved the job. I was a public area cleaner or whatever. I need like 3 more rolls, or like a fat roll of duct tape. Because, I mean, this is the biggest window.
Sleeping inside a vehicle often creates a difficult balance between ventilation and security. During hot weather, keeping the windows closed can make the interior uncomfortable or even dangerous, while leaving them open allows outside noises, people, and potential threats to come closer. That is why choosing a location matters so much during urban stealth camping, particularly when the surrounding area already seems unsafe. He was fortunate enough to wake only to police knocking, rather than someone reaching inside his vehicle. But if a car could be stolen directly behind him while he slept, how close had he come to becoming the next target? That's it for tonight. Which moment creep? Drop it in the comments. Have your own story. Share it with us, and stay tuned. The next one is even darker.